Prepare to brace. It is Chanel O'Connor. I'm joining YouTube. I'm done it. I'm doing it. I'm here. I'm queer and you can't get rid of me. It's what I always say to strangers on the street. Today is a special day because we are filming the Get Ready With Me. This is my promo for it is RuPaul's Drag Race UK Season 6. And I'm here to show you the journey that it is to become Chanel O'Connor. Especially Chanel O'Connor in her promo look for Season 6. Promo, which is promoing just now, which is the promo. So what you guys are going to do is you're going to pay attention, pull up a chair that isn't squeaky like this. I want you guys to pull up a chair, get a blanket, sit down and watch along while I tell you some fabulous facts about Chanel, the history of Chanel, and what inspired this look, and what I'm having for dinner. So I'm going to go and shave my face and make myself nice and smooth and get ready to talk you through how to get the party started.
Right now!
I'm so excited to do this. I'm so excited to show you my makeup routine. It has been such a fabulous affair, getting on the show, all that, but the biggest thing I was so excited for was to show you the behind the scenes of everything. So this entire series will consist of me showing you the makeup looks, showing you behind the scenes of how I came up with the concepts for each look on the show, and I will tell you some tidbits and some little secrets and some little moments and explain some behind the scenes goals. And isn't that what we're all here for? Well, it's what I'm here for. That's why I'm here. I have so many friends that are content creators, and my God, I have looked at them and went, one day I'll be a big girl and I'll get in front of a camera too. Now look at me, in front of a camera, and I'm a big girl. First step that I think is really important is hairnet. I am a girl who has a lot of hair. Sometimes you need to just get a brush and just brush everything back. And I like to do that. I like to take my time. It's bringing the face and bringing the hair up. And now I use a bit of sellotape because I believe in a tight forehead. The first one I don't really care about. It's just like a base. I like to go around and just get tighter and tighter. Yes, I have almost passed out. Yes, it's extremely sore when you take it off. Yes, I sometimes get blisters on my forehead because of tapes. Guess what? Who cares? If you want to look pretty, do it. That's drag. This is not a sport for the faint-hearted. So now that you've got the base round, all you simply do is take one at the top and just pull it back. I don't like that you can see a face tape. I like the skin to be like as smooth as you can. But this is how I like to tape back my face. Everybody else does it in different ways. Sahira always used to make fun of me and be like, you use a full tape thing in your head. Shut up. Now that your tapes are done, well, now that my tapes are done, I don't know if you're doing this at home with me. If you're gonna do it at home with me, you're pathetic. Get a life. I look at makeup as if I am an engineer. Foundations have to be so strong so that the rest of the shit you put on top is flawless and will not crack and will not crumble. I've been doing makeup and I've been doing drag now for 8 years. And in that time, I have had makeup sweat off, I have had makeup fall off, I have had makeup genuinely drip and peel off my skin. You need to find your perfect combination. And I've found my perfect combination with the Milk Hydro, and this one has the tape over it, so I can't read the name, but this one's really good too. Why does it have the tape on it? Because we have to tape over everything because we're on camera. You have to tape over the names of things. So if the camera's ever on you, they don't like clock where it's from. But Diva, tell me where this is from. Lighter, I would. I can, I literally can.
Okay, maybe.
It starts with skin, and I always find on the back of the hand, couple pumps, and just start vigorously popping that on there. I like to massage up, massage around, put in mouth. Let me reveal the label. Oh my God, it's e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. That's a Hydro Grip, and that is a Power Grip. No idea. The point of the story is they fucking work. The trick is a great priming solution, a great setting powder, and a great setting spray. And also vodka. Now that I'm primed and ready, let's get into the makeup. Let's get into the actual application. With your trusty Elmer's glue stick. Oh my god, they must make so much money from us. Oh, I look rough. Well, that's drag. You're gonna take a glorious globby amount and just slam it through those brows. I do not shave my sideburns. I used to have a nice tight skin fade, but I've decided that having a gorgeous 1970s blowout is much more important. A lot of people try and brush everything out. You want to brush up, because I always say this, see if you don't have a good brow cover, baby, it's all downhill from there. So I'm going to move on to color correcting, because I always think it's essential, and I've got like a little flash palette. Every drag artist should have something like this. It is fabulous for just slamming on colors, getting the party started, and especially if you're doing like quick drag. I'm already sweating, so I'm going to be putting on a fan that's underneath me. Oh, that's right into my vagina. Let's powder and let's answer some questions. I'm just using some standard setting powder from Huda, just over here, over that wet color corrector to lock in the color so it corrects for color correct. Thank you. The first question on my lips is, who is Chanel O'Connor? Chanel is an entity that I've always thought of. She's someone who, when I was very young, I would imagine these stories of a woman who was like rich, beautiful, stupid, wanted by Interpol, international spy, but also super famous and super lovely and has a really nice house. And isn't that what we all want?
Well, yes.
And I was like, well, how can I channel myself into something like this? How can I play this character? And that's where like I kind of thought of this idea of wanting to do drag. And the name Chanel obviously comes from the fashion house that is Chanel, but also was inspired by Ryan Murphy and his production of Scream Queens. Iconic. Insert clip here.
Can I rephrase the question? Does your vagina still have teeth? No, the answer is no!
Scream Queens to me was like my gay awakening. And the second name, O'Connor, comes from Erin O'Connor, who is an Irish model. When I was younger, I used to watch things like The Face, America's Next Top Model, these sort of ridiculous reality TV shows where you put people in horrible situations and you force them to do challenges, much like RuPaul's Drag Race. Jokes! That's where I got the name Chanel. I like drag names that kind of sound like legal bank names. I always used to watch things with like these women that were just powerful and so dramatic, and I was like, I want that ridiculous life. One of my biggest inspirations is Lady Penelope from Thunderbirds. I thought she is so camp and she's so fabulous, but she needs to be a bit crueler. So for me, I was like, okay, let's take a little bit of Miranda Priestley. Let's add that into the mix. And let's take a bit of Chanel Oberlin. So we've got the youth that comes with that. Let's take the money of Jeff Bezos. Oh, the most beautiful girl in the world. And just see where that takes me. Back in the day, I remember I used to go to clubs. I always get introed like this. Chanel O'Connor, she's flown all the way from Austria, her gorgeous big house, and she's flew on a private jet. No, I ain't. I came here in a megabus. But that's the fabulousness of drag. It can be so ridiculous. Now, what I'm gonna do is this next step is I like to map out my eyebrows. Because Chanel is always ginger, don't know why. You take a little bit of red, a little bit of orange, a little bit of brown, mix it all together. And I love these flash palettes because they're just so easy. Just slam it on. Why did I apply for Drag Race? What an interesting question, little goblin behind the camera. Life's about challenging yourself and pushing what you believe. I believe as an artist, you should always be pushing yourself to try new numbers, try new venues, push yourself. It's the only way you're gonna grow as an individual. You know, take a fist. Maybe not. Take a finger, then a fist.
That was so powerful.
So yeah, that's why I applied, was because I felt like I needed a challenge and I needed a change. So I've now applied for the show 4 times. No, applied 5 times, only done a tape 4 times, and got in on the last tape. Well, that's how it works, isn't it? I will show you all of this. In the future, I will get to show you all of the tapes, and I get to explain my thought process behind some of these fucking mad tapes. Because listen, sometimes I think for me personally in these previous tapes, I was putting on a bit of a bet. and putting on a bit of more of a character than there already was. So then when it came to doing my last one, I went, oh, f this. And I just did it. And that was the key to it. So we've just put down a base for the eyebrows, and now they look a bit fucking mad. They look crazy. They look like Octavia. And I am now gonna basically go in, and what I like to do is powder. I want to like just create a solid eyebrow base so that then I can work around it and sculpt around it. So I like to take my Ongina Life as a Celebration palette. I just like to take some gorgeous orange tones and basically set this, because the Flash palettes, it's greasy. It's like a greasy formula. So I'm gonna set my brows and let's get this party started. And we're back. Our brows are set. We're gonna move on to foundation. I'm using Fenty foundation. Pro tip, never wash your beauty blender. There's an old trick, an old wives' tale told to me by a lighthouse keeper. What? And what you want to do now is literally, baby, you know how to do it. You blend and blend and blend and blend. What inspired my promo? So as I do the foundation, I will speak. At this point, while we're filming this, I haven't seen what my promo looks like. Baby, my promo, magical. The promo theme was Femme Fatale. I literally could have cried my eyes out. I was so happy. Your promo is something that will follow you around for the rest of your life. Like, you need to make sure that you ace that. I grew up loving Bond, loving these powerful women who were so mysterious and so sexy and so like alluring. Those are the kind of women that I celebrate. What I like to do is like a kind of base, basically, kind of just making sure everything looks good on the bottom half. And then as I get and work up towards the top half, I start applying concealers, and I use 2 different tones of concealer. That's the cat. I use 2 different tones of concealer. I use a sort of lighter skin tone, and I use the kimchi white. So let's slap on some concealer. So we go underneath the eyes, we really build up. And I would say my trick is you want to pull everything up. I apply as little highlight here as possible, and I'm building the front out. And then we go in with the white. I always just put it on the inner corners, basically, just to really get that shit. Woo! That's it. You see? Like that, literally, that's enough. I also think with foundation, it's really important to make sure you get that right. Because see if your powders start slipping, diva, at least your foundation's really nice and solid. So with some white on a little concealer brush, I'm just going to go under my brow and start carving it out. Start carving the shape. And you know, the theme for promo was Femme Fatale. So I need to make sure my makeup that day was looking extra evil. My handsome assistant Niall has just gone and got me some ice to put under my asshole to keep my asshole nice and minty cold. So the inspiration behind my Femme Fatale promo look, I kind of thought everybody else is going to go for these sort of hyper sexy Catwoman, maybe, like, I don't know. I just wanted to make sure that I was different. If Chanel was to be Femme Fatale, what would she look like? So my mind was, well, I am obsessed with Snowpiercer, and one of the characters in that, Miss Audrey, she has her own night car. And she wears these fabulous big feathered kind of looks. And it was inspired by one of these, this image. And I thought, she looks fucking exquisite here. And I want to do something inspired by that. I want feather trim. I want to look like I own my own nightclub. And you know, maybe Mr. Bond is coming into the nightclub and he has to come and see me about something. Because I know what's going on. I'm either the one behind the supervillain or I'm pumping the supervillain. So what I've done is I've carved the bottom of my eyebrows. I've also just reapplied some bits of foundation because I can see it's getting warm. So baby, we just need to make sure that it's all staying on there. And what we're going to do, what I like to do is just set the really important bits first as we're kind of keeping going with here. Slam some powder on top of the lip, underneath the lip, get those highlights all locked in. I like to be very cheeky. And to save time, I take just a big old fluffy brush. I'm going to start contouring with powders into the foundation that is not set. And this will both help set those parts of foundation and also create sort of a deeper tone in the skin. You know, people love a cream contour. I with it sometimes if I have the time. If I don't have the time, then we are slamming on like this. And listen, for the promo shoot, we didn't have time. Well, we did have time, but I took the piss. Listen, if I can't be fashionably late, I'll just be late. Baby, I'm gonna go back in with a little bit of concealer, So I'm gonna go back in with a little bit of concealer, a little bit of foundation, and just finish off the top of my head now. Because I wanted to settle this as we're moving. Because I like to do base, then I do my eyes, then I let everything bake. So we're gonna take a little bit of that foundation and just slam it on the edge. I've carved the bottom, now we're carving across the top and leaving the brow in the middle. And it's getting a nice sharp line, making sure I have loads of foundation on that brush. What am I most excited about being on RuPaul's Drag Race UK Season 6? This was filmed so long ago that a lot of us have forgotten the fabulous things that someone has said, and also like the twists, the turns, everything. Like, it's so exciting. I can't wait to watch it. I can't wait to watch along with you guys. We kind of do it, and it's such a fever dream that you come home and you're like, huh. So for 6 months, you're just like, huh. You don't remember, you can't tell anyone. You just have to be very like, huh, okay. And now it's all gonna happen and come out. It is so exciting. And it is going to be magical because this is something that I've dreamed of for years. But I'll tell you this now, I am so glad I am on the season I am on. I am so glad it is completely my time. And like, if I went on any earlier, I just know I wouldn't have been ready. This is the correct moment for me. It's the correct moment for Chanel. It's the correct moment for my IBS. It's so exciting. And also, I can't wait for everyone to fall in love with me. Everyone is gonna love me, and if you hate me, there's something wrong with you. There's something very, very wrong with you if you hate me. And then what I like to do is let all of that cook and then move on to the eyes. Ooh! Knows how it looks here. How does it feel being the next Scottish Queen since season 2? Jeez Louise, what a question. You know, as someone who's Scottish, we watch every single year just hoping that someone else gets on it. So for 3 years, there was talks of everybody being rumoured and everyone having this and everyone having, but no one ever was selected. We always felt like it was England, and it was always England that was featured, and it was London Queens, and it was all this. This cast is so diverse, and it's amazing to see England, Ireland, Wales and Scotland all be represented in this cast. I am Scottish through and through. I've worked in Scotland for all of my existence when it's come to drag. I don't live in Scotland anymore. I'll be honest, I live in Manchester. I am still a Scottish queen. I still go up and perform in Scotland. I still represent Scotland. I'm Scottish. You can hear it in my voice, even though I don't sound like a fucking big... Oh god. I am so happy and so proud. We've not had Scottish Queens on since season 2. We had Lawrence Chaney, the winner of season 2, and we had Ellie Diamond, runner-up of season 2. And it is so magical to see both of them flourish. I want to do that too. I want to represent Scotland. I really hope on season 7 there's like 4 of them. There's 4 Scottish Queens, because I thought there was going to be 2 of us. So I remember being there in the workroom, and I was waiting, and I genuinely sat there just waiting for someone from Scotland to walk in. There was so many rumours, there was so many things in lists, there was so many ideas floating about. Then when it actually came to it and they shut the doors, locked us in, RuPaul came through the door, I went, oh my god, I literally am the only one here. Also in the same breath, I'm shitting my pants because I'm like, I'm the only Scottish one here. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? You're just gonna have to tune in to see what I actually did. This is Ilamasca. It is broken, but I love it. A dusty rose, and baby, I take the lightest brush and flick that under the eye, because you want your cheeks looking really rosy and really poppy. Blush is the first thing to go. See, in a face, a full face, your blush is the first thing that will magically disappear off your body. Okay, so we have built this blush, we built this skin, we're really working hard here. So now what we're gonna do is move on to eyes. I love doing eyes, but I loathe it at the same time. So I like to take that premium white and just whack it under the eye, because what we're gonna do now is we're gonna bake. We want to have something that if anything pops down or anything falls down, we can wipe off pretty easily and not have to worry about fallout too much. For eyes, for this look, usually I do a sort of like really nice kind of smoky hooded eye cut crease moment. For this, for it being Femme Fatale, I wanted everything up. So my blush is up, my eyes are going to be up, my spine up, everything up. So what I'm basically going for is a sort of hooded flick up, and we're going to put a gap in it. But what I like to do is always blend my colours quite harshly, and then bring those colours down the nose, getting it nice and sharp, nice and sharp. and we just want to blend, blend, blend. So what I've done is I've basically mapped out a very basic crease, and then I've put in a very basic white base, to which I am now going to put on a little bit of glitter. My favorite glitter in the world to use, this Stardust glitter mix, and it's actually close personal friend Ellis Atlantis. It's her signature shade, which I am running out of. Ellis, if you're watching this, she probably isn't. Please, I need some more, honey. So the next question is, what is Chanel known for? I am known for being so ethereally pretty and so beautifully stunning. I make all my own outfits. That's the big thing that I'm known for. I'm very well known for making a lot of outfits for various people. I've made outfits that have been on the show before. I've made outfits that have been on the Las Vegas Strip. I've made outfits that have been in pantomimes. I've made ridiculous outfits for so many people. It was about time that I made some outfits for myself to be featured on RuPaul's Drag Race. So I'm not a dancer. I'm not a singer.
What do you do successfully? Quickly.
I'll tell you this. I'm a goddamn good seamstress. And I'm funny as f***. Now, we're gonna go in and start carving out some lines. So let's speed this up. So we're a wee bit blended here. We're feeling good. We're gonna fill in the brow. Make sure our brow is nice and orange. Right now, there's sort of a neutral brown. I just like to pat a nice dark orange at the high points. Something like that, you know? I say this with makeup. Just get it on. Just get going. Make mistakes. Make it look fabulous. Have fun. Be silly. Don't pay tax. Sharpening that brow up. Brown liquid liner. Call me crazy.
You want it crazy.
And I like to just get the tips. Make sure they're really snatched. Taking my time. Working my way around. Just a little bit. I like to pretend it's little hairs. So while I do eyeliner, I'm gonna answer the next question. And the next question was, did I make this look? I made, I'd say about 95% of everything. We'll say 90. We'll be very gracious with ourselves. We'll give someone 10%. With the promo look, it was one of the last things to be made. So the original design, I had like collars. I had this idea that like it was gonna be off the shoulder. There was no idea of a cape. And then it was only until I'd made the actual outfit and I started putting pieces together. The feathers weren't meant to be on it, but it was actually, as I was leaving, I went, I'm gonna take those feathers and I'm gonna hand sew them onto that. It's just missing that va 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 boom, and the feathers made it this showgirl villain. Just to sharpen up those eyes, I'm adding a little bit of white, a little white on the inner corner and a little bit of white on the outer, just to sort of give it that 60s pop and make me really look quite cat-eye and quite evil. Quite like, ooh, ooh, ooh. A lot of my stylings is that of like 80s, 70s and 60s. Like that's the vibe that I like. Anything with a Westwood touch. And I feel like that actually, it brightens up the eye. It's like a zebra. Ooh. Okay, moving on to lips. So with lip, what I like to do is go back to this Flash palette and I literally just use the brown and I outline my lips and I build up the tones and I get a really nice smooth coverage. So let me just do that just now. We're gonna speed ahead. And what I would say is you wanna make sure you're in scale and in proportion. If you've got really big eyes, you've got really big lip. Really small eyes, you've got really small lip. Just make sure it's all, because I used to paint and sort of here. Viper thin lips, viper thin. And I'm always very cautious to make sure my lips are really voluptuous. I don't know what I'm saying. Just make them look nice. Anyway, point in the story is, how many YouTube videos have you seen of drag queens getting ready? This is just me having a silly fun time, telling some stories, having a couple brewskis with the boys. You know, I love little loose glitters. So you want to do is take a little loose glitter while everything's still wet. Take a fluffy brush and just dab that on your cheekbone highlight. So this is the fixing spray from Reveal Yourself. Krylon. The Krylon fixing spray. That is me. I'm rock solid, feeling gorge, feeling good, feeling ready to go. I've got my earrings on. I need to put a lash on. 3, 2, 1. I'm in the look. just like that, this is the final look. And Jesus Christ, superstar, we're here, we're queer, and we're ready to show it off. This wig is Wigs by Sire. This corset was stoned by Ellis, and this entire outfit was made by me. The feathers from the chickens all the way back in Scotland. Ooh! Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I will be getting into my runways every single week, giving you the makeup rundown, the look inspirations, and some behind the scenes tea. So make sure to tune in every single week and don't miss it, baby, because listen, if you're only watching Drag Race, you're only getting half the story about Chanel O'Connor. Make sure to tune in every single week to see exactly what I'm up to on RuPaul's Drag Race UK Season 6 every single goddamn week. Mwah!